Ladies and gentlemen, Season 2 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is officially upon us. And with it, we got plenty of new content for Modern Warfare 2, but the majority of which was for Warzone. Now, with this, every single season, they like to add in new locations, new themes, new story to the game. But they also like to add in Easter eggs. And this season, they're a little bit different. There are some locations you may not know about. There's a bunker that you can actually get inside. There you can go fishing within Warzone, and a bunch of other stuff revolving around story as well. So what I like to do at the beginning of season is take all of those things, put them all into one video, and give you a video on all of the Easter eggs and extra little things that you can do inside the game. The biggest one in this video is going to be the new bunker in Ashika Island. You'll see what I mean once we dive into that. But before we do, I first have to tell you about today's video sponsor. So today's video is sponsored by Pawns.app, and unlike one of my normal sponsors, you don't actually need to spend money on this one, it'll actually make you money. Now, if you're wondering how this works, first of all, click the link down in the description and go and sign up, download the app, and once you do so, there are two different ways that you can earn money. The first of which is by completing surveys. When you go on and fill out surveys, which range from fashion, cosmetics, the car industry, politics, upon completing the questions, you get paid. And on average, by completing a survey, you get about $1 per survey. The second way you can earn money through the app is by sharing your internet bandwidth. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned about this with privacy, but that is their utmost priority. They keep all of your private information private. No one can access that whatsoever. Essentially, all you are doing is taking your internet bandwidth and sharing it, and then you get paid for it. And on average, for every gigabyte of bandwidth that you share, you'll make about 20 cents. So if you have really fast internet, you can make a good chunk of change doing this. And if you want to check this out and make some extra money, if you use my link down in the description and go over and sign up, immediately upon signing up, Pawns.app is just gonna give you $1 to start you out right away for absolutely free. So go check it out, make some money, and thank you Pawns.app for sponsoring the video. So I'm just going to start out with the big daddy of them all, the bunker, one that you're probably wondering about within the game. If you've played a little bit on Ashika Island, you may have gone to the underground and found the bunker. Now, if you haven't, I will show you first where it is. If you go into the port of Ashika and go straight into the underground waterway, and upon getting in there, you immediately go to your right, you are going to find a little area that has some zip lines going up into the castle, but at one point, there is a bunker door. Now, this bunker door cannot be accessed via the code. There's no code that you can put into it and actually unlock that door. However, you can get the door open. In order to do so, you have to do it from inside the bunker. So to get inside, what you're going to do is when you're looking at the bunker door, you're going to turn to your right. You're going to see a boat there, and you're going to dive into the water right beside the boat. In there, there's a little bit of an alcove that you can swim through and up onto the other side. When you do so, there's going to be some pillars that you can climb on top of and jump across. Now, I will say right now, this bunker doesn't have any special effects like getting a weapon blueprint or anything like that. However, what it is a good area to jump through and get a bunch of loot relatively safely. There is only one entrance to this area until the actual bunker door is open. Speaking of which, once you are inside here and you loot throughout this building, the bunker door is just going to open when you move closer towards it. This will then let others know that this has been looted and you can leave this way or you can jump through the way that we came. Next up, we are going fishing. Yes, you can go fishing on Ashika Island. Now, the way that you do this is in 3 steps. The first of this is that you have to find explosives. So whether that be frag grenades, whether that be C4s, whether that just be a rocket launcher, you need to find and loot some sort of explosives. Once you do so, you're going to head for the water. Now, the easiest way to do this is just get some sort of water vehicle and drive around, and eventually you are going to come across fish jumping out of the water. You may see some splashing, you may see the literal fish jumping out of the water. When you do, you're either going to throw your explosives or shoot your explosives at that area. When you do so, you're going to get some XP and you're going to see some loot and some fish float towards the top of the water. Once you see this, go over and collect them, and when you do so, you are literally going to have dead fish in your inventory. And the next part of this, the gameplay, is taken from Geeky Pastimes. His channel will be linked down in the description. I got killed before I was able to get to the aquarium, which is where you are going next. You're going to the aquarium and going to a seal statue, because what you're going to do is feed those dead fish to the seal. When you do so, he is going to essentially spit out loot at you. Now, you can get various different things, whether that be ammo, claymores, grenades, but you can also get good stuff like kill streaks as well. But he makes some noises, you feed him some fish, and hey, there's fishing in Warzone now. The next thing that we have is once again on Ashika Island. While you're on here, you may have been looting around and you found something called a sea treasure token. And you may be wondering, what the heck do you do with these things? Well, what you have to do is go to a gas station. Now, when you go to a gas station, you may have noticed that inside all of the gas stations, there is essentially a vending machine. You can take your sea treasure tokens and insert them into these machines, and it will spit out random loot. And you can get some pretty good stuff here. The best things that I've seen are once again kill streaks, but hey, they can help you out. And if you're looting these things to begin with, you might as well turn them in at the gas stations and get yourself some free loot. The final two that we have here are a little bit more story driven. Now, I haven't made a video yet on the season 2 story because I got to do a little bit more digging, but these two are definitely going to have to do with it. And if you want to see a season 2 story video, all you got to do to show me is simply hit that like button. But the first one that we have is on Ashika Island. So on Ashika Island, you may have noticed while you were looting around a lot of these spade symbols with a rook in the middle, and we're wondering what those are. Well, if you didn't know already, that is the Shadow Company logo. And if you really pay attention to these, you see more and more of them the closer you get towards the center of the map, the main hub of the map being the castle. And once you get inside here, there's a couple of rooms, buildings, and things like that that have the Shadow Company logo plastered all over them. The one that I noticed the most in was kind of like this computer room where there's a bunch of computers, files, books, all of which have the Shadow Company logo on it, which kind of tells us that Shadow Company has completely invaded Ashika Island fighting against the ultra-nationalist Coney group, and they have essentially taken over. And now we are moving in. But it doesn't end there. Now, this last one is by far the coolest Easter egg, at least in my opinion. It is on Mazrah, and when you go in, there is an update to one of the locations. In the Satik Mountains, there is now a plane crash, specifically an AC-130 crash. This makes this area of the map look exactly like Afghan from the original Modern Warfare 2, down to the different caves, buildings surrounding the crash, and everything. But when we first saw this plane crash, there was a logo on the side of it, and I'm like, man, I really recognize that logo, but the question is, what was it? If you take a look at it, it appears to be two crossed swords and then wings coming out of it, and I put it together that it looked very, very similar to the Armistice logo from Modern Warfare 2019, but not exactly the same, and I'm like, I swear I've seen this exact logo before. So I looked at some of the other markings on the plane. There's a 25G and the number of the plane being 3453. Well, believe it or not, there is a mission within the Modern Warfare 2 campaign called Close Air, where you go inside of a Shadow Company AC-130. And before you go inside it, it shows the side. It has the same logo, it has 25G on it, and the plane is labeled by the numbers 3453. This is the exact same AC-130 that we see in the mission Close Air. We know it is a Shadow Company AC-130, and clearly it has been shot down over Mazrah. Now, I'm not gonna lie, putting Afghan into the map on Mazrah is pretty cool, but having the exact same plane shot down from the campaign being a Shadow Company plane, to me, is even cooler. And I do believe that it plays into the overall story of Season 2. But that's not something we're going to dive into today. If you want to see the full story of Season 2, let me know by hitting that like button. But this has been all the Easter eggs, at least that I have found so far, within Season 2 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. But if you enjoyed, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are real.